Hey guys, it's Lindsay from the blog Repurpose and Upcycle, and today I'm not going to talk about my typical home decor DIY. I'm going to talk about creating your own DIY mask. Particularly, I'm going to try to mimic as close as I can to the N95 mask with household items. Now, just to be clear, this is not going to replace the N95. This video and this DIY is for those of us that are in a pinch and need something similar to the N95 and better than a fabric mask. I know there's a lot of tutorials about DIY fabric masks. I have a few concerns about that, and I'll share that in a little bit. But like I said, this is my attempt to create your own DIY N95 mask as close as I can with household items. Once you've gathered your materials, the first thing you're going to do is make your stencil. Now, I traced an old N95 mask that I had. I will share this lovely professional printable on my blog. It's not really that professional, but I figured it doesn't have to, the stencil doesn't have to be perfect. So what I did, for those of you who want to do this at home, what I did was I just traced this, and then I went around and I added some extra slack. And then I used a black Sharpie marker to trace around it. And this is the line that you're going to cut on. After you've cut out your stencil, what you're going to do is trace it on your fabric. Just like this. And then after you trace it, you're going to cut it out. And you can even double over the fabric so you can cut out a handful of pieces at the same time. Next thing we're going to do after we've cut out our layers of fabric is we're going to cut this part off of the air filter. Okay. Now we're going to trace this onto the mesh part. The reason I'm doing that, this one thing we know about the N95 mask is it has a filtration layer with something similar to an air filter. All right, once you've cut it out, you're gonna see that this thing is a lot of different layers. Try to keep the layers together. The next thing we're gonna do is grab that old clothes hanger, because a real important part of the N95 is that it conforms to your face to create a seal, and that's really important so all those little particles don't get inside the mask. So I have some pliers, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a cut on this end. Okay, and then a cut on this end. Once you've got these little pieces, put these to the side. Now grab your hot glue gun and start to heat up your hot glue gun. Once your hot glue gun is ready to go, we're going to start to put the layers together by hot gluing it. So take one piece of fabric, lay it flat. Next, take the piece of the air filter. Let's see, lightly hot glue that. It doesn't need much because the hot glue will eat up the air filter. So be careful. So just lightly put it on there. You don't need much. Okay. All right. Next, take the piece of the clothes hanger. Bend it a little bit. Okay. Put a little dab up here and stick it on there really good. Bend it again. hot glue it down here. Once we've got that, go ahead and start putting your other layers on there. Before I do the fourth layer, take your hot glue gun and go back and make sure you get the edges really well. Once you have the start of your mask with the 3 layers, go ahead and put it on your face and try to mold that top piece and that bottom piece real well. You will notice that it's very large. And let me show you why. So we're going to pull the old N95 mask back, and I'm going to kind of mold it over that. If you don't have one, that's okay. Just use a cup. And what you might need to do is take it like that and then add a little more hot glue. Okay, you're just going to make sure there's a seal. Guys, the next thing that you're going to want to do after you've got this ready to go is you see the rubber band. This is just a rubber band that they've stapled to the outside. Now, stapling it to the outside is very important. So I grabbed some elastic headbands. You could use a rubber band, anything you have. Like I said, I'm trying to make this from items I already have on hand. So what you're going to do is you're just going to put it there, grab your staple gun. I know this might not look the prettiest. My purpose is function over beauty here. So pull that, make sure it's not going to come out. Bring it on over. Make sure try it on, make sure it's going to fit. Get the right measurements. You can always cut the excess. I am almost to the last step. I've got these, they fit well, it's form-fitting. Like I said, the N95 generally has 4 layers. I've only got 3. So here's where my mask is going to differ from most everybody else's that I've seen. If you'll notice, all the other masks are majority disposable. There's a reason for that. We all know that viruses live on fabric. So if you're truly being exposed to somebody who is sick, this can become a contaminant. So my idea is on the 4th layer, create it to be disposable. I'm not saying that it's not totally contaminated, but at least what you can do is you can put this layer on. If you're around somebody who is sick and you're worried, you can take it off, you could throw it away, you can wash it, you can reuse it, and you can clean the rest of it. At least you know the top surface is gone. So how I'm going to do that is I cut out using the same pattern. I placed a little bit of hot glue here, a little hot glue here, so it's form-fitting. And then I'm going to take double-sided fabric tape. You can use Velcro, you can use whatever you can think of to make this disposable. So I'm going to put a piece at the top. I'm going to put a piece at the bottom. And by the way, this fabric tape, this is the actual peel and stick double-sided tape. You can buy the fabric fuse, which is you put it on and you use an iron to make it stick. That works just fine. Velcro, I don't see why Velcro won't work. I'm gonna go ahead and put a piece here too. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put a piece on the other side. And that's my only worry with these fabric masks is it just makes you wonder how safe they are, because if you come in contact with a patient, chances are your face is going to be close to their face, and if they breathe or they cough contaminants on your mask, then your mask is contaminated. So then what do you do? Not saying the fabric masks aren't great. I'm sure they're good in a pinch, but I just feel like there are better options. Once you've got your fabric tape on there, go ahead and peel the sticky side or the non-sticky side off. And sometimes this can be a little tricky. So I got my double-sided tape. I've peeled this off. Now I'm going to take this and put it on top of the mask. Line it up as best you can, okay? Press down, press down, press down. Okay, and that's it, guys. And let me show you how easy it is to pull off once you're ready to discard this, okay? You pull it off like that, you dispose of it, get a new piece, put more double-sided tape on it, and then put it back on. And just like that, you have a semi-disposable mask. More important piece of information, the top layer, you want to make sure it's sealed. Okay guys, you ready to see it? I'm going to show you how this fits. Like I said, when you're done with the top layer, you pull it off, discard, and grab a new one. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned how to make your own DIY face mask that's similar to the N95, especially if you get in a pinch and you don't have one. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye, guys.